Alright guys, welcome to the stream. If you're coming in, hanging out, welcome. We are going to be doing kind of a guide slash a playthrough of Lies of P for the channel, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It is not my first playthrough. I did not want to be spoiled for this game because had been waiting 2 years for it to come out. I followed the development pretty closely, so here we go.
Can you hear me? Geppetto's puppet. We need your help.
Anyways, as I was saying, we are going to be doing a fresh playthrough, but this is not my first playthrough, so I do have a pretty good understanding.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
But here we go. Should be a fun time. Come hang out.
I see they got Jiminy too. But we have to hurry. My name is Sophia. Please come to Hotel Krat, and I'll explain what's happening. Jiminy, please escort him to the hotel.
Using the item bag, it's pretty straightforward. Very similar to other Souls games, Souls-like, things like that. You can always mix and match. I'm just gonna equip that now because we won't be using that item. But we can look like a very good suave looking man here.
Let's get you out of there. Find something that might help. But the streets, it'll be helpful.
When I first played this, I actually went with the dex-based one. However, I'm kind of leaning towards power and speed. I think we might go with the balance. If anything is too loud, feel free to let me know, because that is a very real possibility. But here we go. There are heavy attacks, normal attacks, dodge attacks, all kinds of different attacks, so really it's whatever is best for the situation. I'll try not to talk during audio points. Pulse cells, they act like Estus flasks, so very straightforward. They are your go-to healing item. Oop, failed to dodge there. Tried to get the backstab, but missed it. So when that red indicator shows up, that's the backstab, in which you do a lot of damage for very little cost. guarding, perfect guards. So normal guards, you will take a chip damage of hit points, whereas perfect guards, you will not take any chip damage of hit points. It still costs stamina, whichever guard you do use. However, it does matter quite a bit. And with this game, there are lots and lots of traps. So just know that there are lots and lots of traps. Honestly, constant traps. To the point where it's a little repetitive, but at the same time, that's what they're going for. They're going for a hard game. And that's why I'm kind of creating this, to help new players, help old players figure out their lives. As you can tell, I'm definitely not perfect at this game. I've taken my fair share of damage, but it is a very difficult game. Passenger's note. If anyone finds this note, get out of the station and run. Be sure to steer clear of the waiting room. I saw a huge puppet smashing people to death in there. I locked the door, but I don't know if that'll work. At least it should stop people from randomly coming in. I'm going to die soon, so I want to help you even if it's not much. Please survive. Anyone. Always good to check little nooks and crannies for secrets. If you're running, you can press the joystick in and you'll do a jump. That will come in handy later. Not so much in the beginning, but it is good to know. And honestly, anyone starting this game for the first time, it's a lot like Sekiro, but it's also different in that you don't have to parry everything. Sometimes just blocking is the best choice. Lock device, these are usually shortcuts. And voila, we have a shortcut. So this guy, he honestly might beat me. Just in the aspect that I don't normally use this saber. Don't get me wrong, it seems good, but it is not a weapon I am well versed in. And this guy is hard to begin with anyways. So as you saw, that was a perfect parry because this whole screen flashed red and his weapon actually flashed as well, meaning his weapon can break. As far as staggering, you have to hold a charge attack all the way. You can't just release it halfway. So let's see if I can go ahead and get this. From there, you'll be able to do a critical attack. And just like that, he is staggered. With that, you can then do a fatal attack. Make sure you stand in the right place where it shows the critical lit up, and you'll be able to do a critical attack. And we actually didn't die, so not bad for a first try. With that, we've gotten a few new items, nothing crazy. As you'll go through the game, you'll get new parts. As you can see, this current part that we just got a new one of is a little bit heavier, but it also increases our physical damage reduction rate, and that is an absolute must in my opinion, because this game is hard enough without lowering damage. here's the little tutorial section of Lies of P. Oh, this game is gorgeous. The atmosphere, really everything they did with this game, it just looks amazing, and it's made on the Unreal Engine 4, I believe. So, huge kudos to NeoWiz. Using a Stargazer will fully recover HP and stamina, as well as recharge your pull cells more or less. You will be revived at this point in case of death. Remember, this also revives enemies, not just your character. So, pretty typical.
This is called a Stargazer. A marvelous device the Stalkers used in the past.
Puppet threshold exceeds danger estimates. Please reduce puppet numbers or reset danger parameters.
As we are not strong enough to beat the puppets. But if I lend my power to this Stargazer for a moment. Gather ergo, clever one. This Stargazer will make you stronger. But the Stargazer's strength doesn't last forever, so be careful with it. Hurry up and come to Hotel Krat.
And now we can level up as with classic RPGs, Souls-like games, everything in that general sense. To go over it really basically and quickly, Vitality is your HP and guard regain. It also improves your physical defense a little bit. The big thing, guard regain, is similar to Bloodborne in that when you block an attack without perfect parrying it, you take that chip damage. You can recover some of that chip damage if you attack quickly. Vigor, your stamina, basic endurance kind of stat, allows you to attack more without having to stop. Capacity affects weight limit as well as Legion. Legion is used for the arm, which I honestly do not use that much, but capacity is important for staying lightweight and being quick. Motivity is kind of your typical strength, but it actually has some other additional effects that I'm going to pull up on my side monitor really quickly, just so that I can give you the full rundown of what stats do in Lies of P. Here we go. Capacity motivity. It will affect your attack power, which is kind of your strength stat. You'll see the little lightning symbol on your weapon is the same as the symbol on motivity. It also this is not a very good website for what the stats actually do. Let me see if I can find a better one for you guys. Here we go. Really? My lord, they're... Sorry, I do have a bit of a cough. Let me see. Here we go. So, motivity is the equivalent of strength. Technique is the equivalent of dexterity and kind of finesse. It will also increase your defense with all of these stats, which is important, but shouldn't be your focus. Advance is a little more particular. It increases your Legion, it increases your damage with advanced scaling, which is that third symbol, the little diamond. But in addition, it also increases your resistance to disruption, shock, and break status, as well as advanced weapons are typically your elemental types of weapons, which is all important to consider. But with that, we'll continue and show off more of this great game. Welcome to Krat City in honor of Valentius, the cornerstone of origin. And this guy tried to mug me. All I read. Shame on you. Running attack into some follow-ups. The dogs aren't too bad in this section, however they do get a bit worse, per se, as you progress through the game. Something to always consider is where your stamina is at, because it will allow you to run up behind enemies, get that quick backstab for additional damage, and really those backstabs are huge because you don't actually consume stamina when you are backstabbing. You can regain it, and that's actually pretty critical for my strategies at least. I am constantly out of stamina in this game, so something to consider as you play. Real quickly, I forgot to bring up my OBS, which actually helps me read chat and whatnot. So let me go ahead and fix that real quick before continuing. It should be noted, shortcuts cannot be unlocked from every angle. I'll give a brief example. There's no light, meaning you cannot go through. Oh, hello. So something to always remember is you can just lift that block button, typically right bumper if you're playing on a controller like me, and really that's just a safety net. You can try to always perfectly time your parries, which is a good thing to practice. However, it's not entirely necessary. It's just something good to build a habit of being ready to block. And the storm picks up. Fury attacks. This is very similar to Sekiro, if you've ever played Sekiro. They are undodgeable and they cannot be guarded. When it says you can't dodge them, that's not necessarily true. There are definitely some attacks you can dodge. I'll showcase them when I can. But you can also just sometimes run straight backwards, and that'll effectively dodge the Fury attack, like so. And keep in mind, when you're fighting enemies, they actually have a little bit of guard regain themselves. As you notice, their HP bar will have a faint line. That faint line is their own guard regain that naturally regenerates when you are not fighting them, when you are not actively dealing damage.
Destination Hotel Krat. Optimal location for observing the
such a gorgeous game. I really am impressed with how well this game runs, as well as how good looking it is for a Souls-like game. Very impressive in my opinion. Something to know about blocking, you can actually block and deflect things you might not expect. Like bullets. Why not just block a bullet? There is plunging attacks. You don't get to use them particularly often, but when you do, take advantage of them. Also, try to hit multiple enemies when you can, but it is actually a little bit dangerous to do so. Guys, just checking on my OBS. I'm going to turn down the volume in-game just a hair, just based on what my OBS audio is kind of telling me. We'll go ahead and leave it there, but that should be fine. There's always subtitles for those who might miss something. I will try not to speak over the voice lines as much as possible, but can't be perfect. And I will be totally honest with you, a lot of the consumables, you really don't necessarily need them. You can really make any playstyle work.
Is blocking the entrance, and that's the only way in. So please, be careful.
As I was saying, you can really make any playstyle work in this game. You can go for that fast dex build, that high elemental damage advanced build. You can really go for any number of playstyle. I personally lean towards Motivity as its reliable damage.
Hello there.
Kind of slow and steady.
Figures. The whole organization fell apart. All that's left are wannabes and amateurs who think they can fight on their own. You ought to buy something while you're at the festival. You can't rely on yourself alone. Out here alone? You could use some help. Here's a festival gift for you. Now get yourself something useful.
He has weapons, and I like weapons. So we'll pop one of those, pop one of those. And now we can purchase the other two starting weapons that we did not pick. Nice little addition, I think, just to be able to get all the weapons. Introducing the Parade Puppet. Here appears a terrific puppet that will enliven the parade. Introducing Parade Master, a remarkable parade puppet model from the workshop to celebrate the grand exhibition. Hello there, I am the Parade Master. I like singing and marching with people. The Parade Master has the following functions: 16 jolly songs, cheerful laughter and 54 parade phrases, parade dances to delight children, the strength to carry 6 men on his shoulders. The Parade Master was made big in commemoration of the grand exhibition. Check out its charms on the eve of the upcoming exhibition. Sounds like a jolly fellow. It doesn't appear particularly jelly. Well, there I go getting hit right away. Oh, missed the Fury attack. That's most unfortunate. Use that Fable attack that we built up over time. Gain a little extra damage, or charge up a little bit of a Legion arm attack, which is what I like to do. And cancel that Fury attack. You can always double dip on attacks. I personally like to do a heavy followed up by doing the riposte to make sure you get the riposte, because missing out on it is pretty huge. And that's how you take down the puppet. Or Parade Master. We got two things, the parade leader's Ergo, as well as a quartz. Ergo obtained from the parade master. It is packed with immense power. A treasure hunter may want this rare Ergo. Although the entire audience disappeared in a pool of blood, the parade master was cheerful. As long as there's a king, the show must go on. Ergo is essentially poppable souls. I probably should have mentioned that earlier. There are throwing objects, consumables, and then basic items. Enhanced materials. Quartz. P organ ability activation part. Hence, kind of why I named the stream what I named it. A colorful, tiny Ergo fragment, it activates a special ability when equipped to the P organ. There is a special kind of Ergo with different color, vibration. The workshop uses this gem to bring out Puppet's different abilities. Besides that, we got the Great Sword of Fate, Wintry Rapier, and the Puppet Saber. We only have one Legion arm, which is the Arm of Steel. It's B in technique, B in motivity, just a solid attack. Defense parts, amulets, we got a few costumes, mostly from pre-ordering and the deluxe edition of this game, because I really enjoyed the demo. I wanted to support the developers. A couple items out here that we should go ahead and pick up. It's never a bad idea to use your consumables when you need them and are confident when you need them. Personally, I just don't like the management of it. So with this first playthrough, we are going to be unlocking specific endings. Hotel Krat, the greatest the greatest luxury you will ever experience. Treat yourself to an unforgettable day? Yes. That is the only critique I have about this game.
I should mention. The hotel security excludes puppets like you. So you'll have to lie to get inside. You're a special puppet after all.
As I was saying, the only critique I have about this game is how fast those messages actually disappear. It's kind of ridiculously fast, all things considered. Hidden Moonstone. Can we go ahead and check that? Upgrades normal blade to +3. A rare enchantment enhancement material that can be obtained in different parts of Krat. It can upgrade the blades of common weapons. I'm sorry guys, I am very tongue-tied today. The Moonstone was not from this world, however, it was the most optimal enhancement material. In their urgency, technicians pushed forward with using the Moonstone for weapon upgrade without time to review it any further. I will try and mute myself before I cough. Just that way no one has to deal with that, having their eardrums burst. But let's get this story started.
Welcome to the Sanctuary of the Grand Covenant. Prove your identity. Who are you?
Now, you can tell the truth, but it honestly does not make a difference.
Grand Covenant's fourth law. A puppet cannot lie. Welcome to Hotel Krat.
Your springs are reacting. As I was saying, it actually doesn't make a difference if you choose to try and tell the truth. It'll just tell you to bugger off. From there, you can then come back to the door and lie and enter the hotel.
I'm so happy to see you. I am Sophia. I've been waiting for you. Searched all over the city of Krat to find you. You must have questions. Geppetto will have answers, but we have to find him first. He was last seen on Elysian Boulevard. All of Krat is dangerous for humans, and that neighborhood is one of the scariest. Please find Geppetto on Elysian Boulevard. I'll explain more once you find him.
You can level up through Sophia using Ergo in your possession. You can increase your stats when you level up. Crazy that they teach us this now. Anyways, I will most likely just be investing in Vitality still at this point.
Look at Gemini. I think he's in shock.
Jenny is fine.
That's proof you're broken. The real Gemini isn't so calm. I'm no inventor, but perhaps I can fix him. Or perhaps he'll fix himself in time. Wait, take this pocket watch. Krat is a labyrinth of peril right now. This watch will guide you to a safe place. Be careful, clever one.
Moon Phase Pocket Watch. That is a very useful item as it acts like a homeward bone. For those who haven't played Souls games, essentially you can use it to go to the last checkpoint, your most recent Stargazer or the hotel. Very convenient feature, very basic.
I heard about you from Geppetto, but to see you in person, wow. You should take this. Geppetto left it with me.
The Legion Arm is special equipment that is equipped on the left arm. Each Legion Arm has its own combat ability. Legion Arm can be modified into all sorts of forms. Modifications can be made using the Vanini craft machine. Anyways, I personally do not like using my Legion Arms too often. I use them more or less in emergency scenarios, so we will swap back to the lighter weight Legion Arm. Outside is a training course. From here it teaches you about Fable Arts. Press Y to use the Blade Fable Art. While guarding, press Y to use the Handle Fable Art. Weapons have distinct abilities, and weapons and blades and handles, pardon me, that each have their own Fable Art. Fable Arts use up Fable slots. Different Fable Arts use a different number of slots. Charge Fable slots by attacking enemies with your weapon. Very basic, simple concept. As you saw in the boss, I did use my Fable Art to increase damage and do a lot of raw damage. It's always good to do a little bit of practice. You can definitely practice your parry timing against this guy. As you see, I am not particularly good at this game, but I try to be. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. From there, you can then do a critical. And as you saw, we were able to get him into the staggerable position without even attacking him. All you have to do is actually parry. Perfect parry, mind you. Great fortune to all visitors, rest for all travelers, blessing to all friends. Correct? Yes. Okay. Those messages pop away so fast. Anyways, a neat little trick, if you ever need Fable, say before a boss or anything, you can just walk outside and it'll give you fully recharged Fable. Something that can be abused, but really it's just a convenient little feature.
To Hotel Krat. My name is Polendina, butler to Lady Antonia. Please let me know how I may be of service. At Hotel Krat, comfort and calm walk hand in hand. Welcome to Hotel Krat. How may I be of service?
Now, admittedly, I am a little confused. He has some consumables if you ever need them. How is he not affected by this puppet disaster that seemed to occur in the opening cutscene?
The Grand Covenant is a set of absolute commands imprinted on puppets when they are made. First law: all puppets must obey their creator's commands. Second law: a puppet may not harm humans. Third law: a puppet protects and serves humans and the city of Krat. Fourth law: a puppet cannot lie. I've told you about the laws engraved upon every puppet. Do you require anything else?
That is all, Polendina. Thank you. Go down here, pick up our nice little guide. Venigni's Krat Landmark Guide 1. This month's attraction, Hotel Krat. Hotel Krat is one of the city's creepiest and most mysterious buildings. According to lore, Hotel Krat is an isolated castle built by an aristocrat devoted to a form of occultism after receiving a revelation from a radiant tree. At one point, it was used as a mental institution, and some patients say they saw hallucinations. However, no records remain, as they were all destroyed in a large fire. Above all, being so far underground just compounds the rumors. Some even say it is connected to an unknown hell. But now, the rumors have served to embellish the charm of Hotel Krat, which has been renovated in the latest style. As the recent rumors of the Grand Exhibition Ghost Hotel spread, more customers are actually looking to stay at the hotel. Next is a comment from the hotel owner, Miss Antonia. A ghost hotel. I've heard that more times than I can remember. But fortunately, our hotel guests are brave like lions. It's not a problem at all. Rating 4 out of 5. Creepy and mystical. Best resort in Krat. Reporter Medoro. This guide was made with the support of Venigni Company, a friend to the city. So we're getting to build a little bit of lore here and there. Let's talk.
Unexpected guests are welcome. We don't insist on reservations. I am Antonia, and this is my hotel. Welcome. Oh, I knew from the moment we met that you're Geppetto's puppet. He might have a few loose screws, but Geppetto's skills are undiminished. It's a shame. He took off for Elysian Boulevard, and he never came back. If it doesn't turn up soon, we'll have to make a new coffin. Oh, I forgot. I was keeping this for him. It comes with a long story. But I think it's better off with you. Please find that old man. And do take care of yourself out there. People have no idea so many secrets are buried in Krat. Thanks for keeping me company. What are you curious about? I see you're here. That means you can lie. Your lies are a rare ability. You're able to choose your own path, unbound by anything. People on the outside are still afraid of puppets. Lie to protect yourself and find your path. I'm an old friend of Geppetto's. His son is like family to me. Make yourself at home. You're always welcome here at the hotel. If you have any questions, ask my butler, Polendina.
And there we go. So what I find interesting is it appears we are unbound by the Grand Covenant because we are able to lie. And that is one of the Grand Covenant rules. So it's fascinating.
The sound of it alone. That craftsmanship comes only from the hands of Geppetto. You must be something else. A custom arm from Geppetto himself is quite an accessory. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Eugenie from the Workshop Union. I know my way around weapons of all kinds. I'm sure Master Geppetto would agree. If any of your weapons need work, bring them to me. I know my way around a weapon. Want me to look at something?
And now we can upgrade our weapon with that moonstone. Except we don't have enough ergo, and honestly I'm not a fan of any of these weapons that much. We can alter the handle, we can make it scale better with motivity, scale worse with technique, vice versa, or add scaling of advance. Personally,